feel like there's like two types of people in this world. People that talk to or okay, maybe three. People that talk too much, people that don't talk enough. And people that got it balanced out. I can't say which one I am, but I do know there was a point in time where I did not talk a lot at all. I honestly I used to say that I kind of was like a mute child, but that wasn't the reality of it. It was more so I just didn't really talk around people that I didn't know. And I was around a lot of people that I didn't know a lot as a child. So, even sometimes now, like I feel like it's easier for me now because I broke out of all of that. And I could hold a conversation with probably anybody, but you know, sometimes it's more easier for my words to flow and come out when it's around a certain person that I could feel that the energy is comforting. I don't have to sugarcoat. I could be 100% me or whatever, or maybe not 100%, but the percentage is much higher than certain people. Excuse me. Anyways, so yes, when I was younger, girl, it wasn't like that, and this is so badly why I want people to stop feeling as though children are not people. Because I always reflect back to the moments where I felt like I was nothing compared to, being or compared to the adults. They just made it seem as though children weren't supposed to have a say so. So I feel like that gets in the way of children actually being able to make or create an identity for themselves. Luckily, I was able to, mosey around that and create something, but that's neither here nor there. I just feel like it really takes away from them feeling as though they have a voice, which is why I'm actually still struggling now to voice my concerns with people or to, not to be more of a communicator, basically. I'm struggling to genuinely communicate for the sake of trying not to come across as rude or trying not to say the wrong thing, just trying to tiptoe around shit. That's neither here nor there. So yeah, I've learned that if there's something that you're not really utilizing, or if there's something that's like kind of like the downfall of your life, that I'm almost more than sure you're supposed to use that a little bit more than you actually do. That's like your strength. You just don't know how to utilize it yet. Like my words are my strength, which is why a lot of the times, like I apologize for the things that I say, or I try to be strategic with the things that I say because there's been several times where I was just talking. Well, I'm not gonna say I was just talking just to talk, but like I would say something that I felt like needed to be said, but it was like I really hurted some feelings, and it wasn't even a matter of me trying to be rude or a matter of me, I guess, trying to make the person change or anything. It's like sometimes I literally would just be talking and they'll just be like, "Well, damn," and I didn't mean to make it. I guess it was just the way that they perceived what I said, and that's what makes me so strategic with talking now. This is what makes me so strategic with making sure that I say something that doesn't come off wrong because I know how perception is. And I also feel like I'm a person that can perceive very differently from other people. So that's just that. But there's power in using your words. That's really what the fuck I want to say. Like, there is so much power in being able to use your words. And I feel like because I started talking, I don't remember when I truly started talking. Like for real. Like when I used to talk in school. I would talk in school, but when it came to like adults, very mute. Very, very mute. Like I remember several times where I was alone with an adult and I said nothing the whole time. Like I might say hey when I, get around them and then vibe when it's time to leave. But that's about it. Or if they ask me some questions, I answer the question, but it's not nothing that's gonna allow you to be able to, further elaborate. I wasn't just a yapper around older people. That's one thing for sure. And I feel like a lot of my youthful years, I was around a lot of old people. Well, older people. But yeah, so that was something. So when I started getting older, it's really when I damn, because I can't even say when I started getting old. I'm not gonna lie, it's really when I got to college where I genuinely learned how to talk to people, how to socialize. I can't lie, like, I keep talking about college, but college changed my life. Like college genuinely gave me a I'm not gonna say an identity, but it definitely helped me realize who the fuck I am, especially being away from my parents. Like that's when I gained my voice for real. Because even being that I had got kicked out or whatever, um, I was working on it with my father. Sometimes we'll be at it, we'll be beefed out, and I just ignore him. And he was the type of person that you could actually talk to. But I was coming from a home where I couldn't say shit. If I had an issue, it just had to be that. And yeah, I had to shut my black ass up and that was about it. But yeah, it was a real big switch. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm so grateful for like my story and my background. And the more that I talk and the more that I get comfortable speaking, the more I realize it was all a part of the plan. It was all a part of the plan. Like this was supposed to happen eventually. Eventually. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, just being able to speak a lot more and being placed in predicaments where I had to, voice my concern or, you know, speak my opinion. I don't think that's what I was trying to say with my brain. I don't know what the hell is going on up here. Anyways, but it just felt it was like a something that was necessary for sure. And I feel like because I've been able to, speak a lot more, this is also something that be helping me. Like I've been recording myself talking for years at this point. And because I've gotten to the point where I could do that, because I've gotten to the point where I could literally press record and just get the yapping and then be talking from the beginning of the video to the end. Y'all, on my laptop, I'll be talking for hours on my laptop. Like I try my hardest not to, do that shit here. But on my laptop, like I literally will sit there and talk for hours. And I'm not gonna lie, because of that, like it started getting easier for me to just hold conversations. It started getting easier for me to be able to socialize. It started getting easier for me to be able to present shit when it came time for presentations. And I really I really wasn't worried about what the fuck I put on them slides. I just get up there and fucking talk. I just get up there and fucking wing it. And it's so crazy because I remember my first presentation, major difference, y'all. Major fucking difference. Like I was up there not stuttering, but my mind would go blank. Like this is how much I used to not talk. And I remember how bad it was because even when I'm not even gonna say when I'd be in trouble, when my mama would just be yelling at me, like that was a trigger for me. So my mind would literally go blank. Every time she started yelling, I would just I didn't have nothing to think. I didn't have nothing to say. And that was just that. Like I just sit there, I guess damn, I was dissociating, huh? Damn. But I just sit there and I just be looking and she'll be asking me a question. It's like I have no answers for you at all. I don't have anything to say. I have nothing to say. I don't know what you want me to say. Cause it's like, you know, anything I say is gonna cause for a reaction any fucking way. So I literally would just sit there and just look at her. And there'll be times where she'll get pissed off by that, but that's neither here nor there. Like, so yeah, that kind of forced me to not really be comfortable just speaking all the time. So I get there when it was time for presentations, and my mind would sometimes go blank. So I used to have all these sticky notes. I used to have to like genuinely read off the slide, like word for word, bar for bar. Like I had to do that because if I didn't, like it, nothing was gonna come from that, and my grade would be terribly affected. And yeah, but it's just a major shift now. Like everything is so different. There's still shit I have to work on, of course. I'm not a top tier communicator, but it's getting there. Like, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy because I literally remember when I used to just let this shit eat at me. Like I have so much to say. Genuinely, like I would be away from my mama. I would be away from her. Gather all my thoughts, and then I'd be in front of her and all of that shit. I remember none of it. Like I literally would just be like, "Oh my god." So because of that, it used to be hard for me to even express how I felt, and then it played a or it had an effect in my relationships. Like, oh my god, my first relationship, I just let that man do any fucking thing. Like, like, and I can't even be mad at it because it was like, you know, I had to I had to learn. I'm definitely the type of person though. Is only some shit that I only go through one time, and I never go through that shit again. That was one of them things. That was one of them things. And so I feel like now I'm at a point of balancing, you know, being quiet and talking when I need to talk. But it genuinely went from me being quiet and just allowing shit to happen all the way up into me just talking, not letting anybody else say what they need to say. I don't give a fuck. I would just get the shit off my chest and that just be that. But now I don't do that. Oh my god, my relationship life has been so I can't do shit but laugh at it now because it's like my environment really created an interesting character, but it's okay. I love every part of who I used to be, every part of it. But anywho, yeah, there was just a really big difference in who I used to be and who I am now, and I'm still working on my stuff. I'm still trying to allow myself to be in uncomfortable predicaments. Like with me apologizing every 5 seconds about some shit, like I'm gonna chill on that. I swear to God, and people are just gonna have to be triggered. People are just gonna have to feel what they feel and think what they think. But it's cool. It is what it is. That's just that. Talking is very important for me, at least. Talking is very important. I definitely have my moments where I could go on and on and on and on and on. And don't let me be around somebody that I really fuck with. I might never shut up. But then I also have those moments where I can definitely shut the fuck up. But yeah, that's just that. The reality of it. I just needed to speak about my evolution of being a mute baby to being a yapper. It's so crazy because I literally used to like have nothing to say. Like everything that I had to say would just sit in my head. It would just sit in my fucking head until I got by myself and like I needed to express my feelings or like cry or something. Like I was always gonna get them tears out, but girl, I genuinely used to just allow people to do any fucking thing because I didn't know how to speak up. And if you know me as a person now, that's kind of crazy. Like That's kind of crazy because I could be a firecracker sometimes. So that's a crazy concept. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, life is crazy. Evolution is crazy. Change is crazy as fuck. But no, I love you. Thank you for watching. Oh, bye.